Yeah, cause he know he ain't leaving me. Slim shit, my face is 10, man, y'all little hoes ain't seeing me. I don't even do the rap shit, but I walk on every beat. I ain't keeping this shit peak. I hope y'all hold on to this shit.
Good morning, the Forest family. How y'all doing today? Today is Thursday, February, I believe today is the 27th. Tomorrow's the last day of February, you guys. This month went by quick. Today, you guys, we're gonna talk about when people call you a failure. Now, those of you who know, I've been called a failure all my life since I was probably about 6 years old. I've experienced so many family members, especially one specifically, not my other family member, just a specific one who has been calling me a failure ever since I was very, very young. And even one of my children's father was saying that as well. And it really hurt for a long time for people to say that you're a failure, for people to say, you're not going to have somebody to love you or take care of you or take care of your kids or be there for you and your kids and a whole bunch of other things. I was even called a failure even when I was in school by teachers that I was in when I was in regular class and special education class for many, many years until I graduated. After I went to get my GED, you all, the teachers there were very, very different. When you've experienced being called a failure at such a young age, it really traumatizes you to the point where you constantly feel like, am I failing? Or am I doing better than what I should be, or not doing as better as I could be doing? I think that's the main thing for me. I've always said, that my grandparents and my mom were the most three people that were the most invested in my dream, far as doing YouTube or singing or playing piano or doing different things or going to trade school or college or just in general and stuff like that. And I was glad that I had their support. Those of you who know, since they're no longer here with me, this certain family member in particular is still calling me a failure even after 30-something years of trying to prove people wrong, trying to prove that I'm a great mom, a great human being, a great person. I'm a great person that can give advice, encouragement, and be loving, caring, humble at the same time. But it hurts when you get called that every day or every other day, or even if it's just, once in a while type of thing. It tends to hurt a person, and it weighs on them so much to where they end up developing, some type of trauma from things that people say. Y'all know I've been called everything in the book that you can think of, and even being called, Four Eyes. I was being bullied by girls and boys. Like, I barely had any friends, barely. And when I did have friends, they still made me feel like I was a failure as well. For whatever particular reason, I could never figure out, why when it came to something like that, I always say, try to prove people wrong, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes a long period to prove people wrong. Sometimes it doesn't. I guess it just depends on what type of person you are individually. I always say that is an amazing feeling for me to always feel great about myself, when you try to feel great about yourself in general, some people still like to wear and tear you down, and still make you feel a certain way, that you shouldn't already feel about yourself. My kid's father came by the other day, was like, oh, I'm not here to tear you down. Oh, I'm not here to do this and do this and do that, or whatever you want to call it. But my thing is, I feel like they're still weighing down on my downfall. They're waiting for me to crash and burn. They're waiting for me to not move to the next level or see myself be successful, far as whether it's YouTube or a brand new job that's paying more or paying less, or just being the type of mother that I should be, and stuff like that. People preying on my downfall, especially two people in particular. Those of you who know, I have a family member and my ex-fiance. They go hand in hand when it comes to negative comments. They both always have something to say that's negative. I can't stand it. It gets on my nerves because of the fact when you've dealt with that for 30-something years and then an extra 9-10 years on top of that, plus being in a relationship with that person and they were toxic the whole time. You weren't the toxic one, but they were. There's a saying that I say, the grass is not greener on the other side. And when people start to figure out that grass is not green and it was brown the whole time, they figure out that you were right the whole entire time. They don't want to admit when they're wrong about something that they said or did. I've said this to my family member as well. They know who they are too. And one of my family members who I told that to, when I told her that I was moving you all, she got mad and all in her feelings because that once a month check is not going to be in the bank anymore. She feels some type of way about it. I don't really care at this point how she feels or how he feels. At this point, I could really care less. I'm caring less and less about what these two people think, because like I told y'all a couple of days, like maybe a day or so ago, I don't mind being, my kid's dad being a part of the two that I have, being a part of their lives, making sure they have everything they want and need and all of that, and being there for them. I don't mind. But when you get into the whole, I don't know you, acting brand new and being brand new and making it seem like that person was the problem the whole time when it was you the whole time, it makes you feel like, why you trying to down my parade when I have nothing going on with no one? Like, I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not texting nobody. I'm not even thinking about dating a man right now. I mean, dating in the future, yeah, maybe, but right now, I'm focusing on myself and my kids. That's about it. Everything else will come in time. Whether it comes in time now or later, who knows? But anywho, yeah, but that's the thing. I'm not finna be wasting time on people with their opinions or their opportunities as far as, being negative and manipulative and want to see someone else fall because they're falling. And I heard, so to speak, that his family doesn't want anything to do with him, I guess, because of certain things that have been done and said and what they've experienced with him, and particularly. But I always say, when he was over here, I said, I could have told you that. I knew that was going to happen. It's not a big surprise of mine. I knew because it done happened several times between him and his family, me and him, and other things of that nature. So, he's slowly but surely figuring out that grass is not greener as much as he thinks it is. But I'm moving up and moving on and moving moving forward. You know, like I said, I have love for people. I treat them as such. They don't treat me as such, that's fine. I'm not worried about that, particularly right now. But the thing is, I just don't want to deal with certain people no more at this point, because I'm giving these two people a choice. Either they gonna be there or they're not, because at the end of the day, I'm still gonna have to do what I have to do regardless, whether it's for myself or my kids. Those of you who know, I've always wanted to not give up on my kids per se in general, but sometimes it makes you feel like you want to give up because you don't have the support from his dad. Her dad is deceased. You know, the only people that really care about the situation is other people that live outside of where you're at, and they're not a biological family. It seems like people that's not biologically related to you cares more about than the ones who are in your family or that's supposed to be a part of their kids and things like that. Not saying I disagree or agree with that, but it is what it is, you know. But you know, them two, they might as well go together, because think of it as, I don't like when people call me a failure. I've been called that so much. A failure, stupid, dumb, crazy, weird, this and that, this and that. And I done had enough, you know. And I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna deal with it no more, you know. It's just like I said, you know, if he wants to be there for his kids, he can. If not, then I'm gonna move around and move my kids around, and that's gonna be that. There's not gonna be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He said yesterday that if things don't work out, that he'll come get my son and get our daughter and things like that. I don't even think I'm gonna let him do that, because like I said, he can't take care of them the way I can take care of them, you know. So it is what it is. So call it what you want, call it what you expect, you know. Let me know in the comments below if you agree about people calling you a failure, whether it's mother skills or just in general, or just people being plain out mean, or being, you know, jealous of you because you're going to move up and they don't want you to. So just put it in the comments below if you agree or not. Like, subscribe, comment, hit your notification bell off for every time I drop a video. Love you guys so much, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.